Hello, Thelma and Irene. You guys are first here today. We're going to have some fun. We're going to do something totally and completely different that we don't do very often. I'm just thinking about the fact that it's getting to be closer to the holiday season and gift giving, and thinking about what we could do that would make some nice gift ideas. So we are going to work with the gold candles today, and we are going to work with rice paper today, and yeah, you never know what to expect. And we're also going to be working with a set of these coasters from the store. So we're just going to, wow, my nails needed attention. Yeah, we're going to give it just a minute here for some of, oh, there's Glenn. Hi, Glenn. For some of our friends to come in. And then we're going to jump right into our projects. Do two projects today, two complementary projects. And we're going to be using rice paper from the Little Bird. They call it filament decoupage paper. Feel of rice paper, easy to use, no issues with wrinkles or bubbles, they say. It's a very, very similar product, but it isn't actually rice paper, it's their version. And we're going to use some little birdie flowers. So let's come on in and let's see. The boxes in the way. Let's move these. Okay. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun. One of the things I have to decide, I decided to use the gold because that's what we had left available for sale in the store, even though I still personally had a few of the lighter ones. I thought we should try and do this on gold so we can see how the gold turn out with this. I think it'll turn out great, but I don't know for sure. So we're going to find that out. And this little birdie pack, maybe Bryce can link some of these things for us. I think that would be great if you could. Go into Little Birdie and find the sunflowers. And I think you could probably even use a little, yeah, this pastel. You need to be cleared out of brands. There it is. Okay. And you'll want to find, there's the sunflower papers right there. These are beautiful. They come in a pack of 2 for $2.99, which is not unlike other Little Birdie products. They tend to be a little bit less than some of the others. I see now the difference in the paper. I haven't tried these before, but it's still very, very flexible, but it's not quite as see-through as some of the other Little Birdie products are. I still think it's going to be great in our candle, though. I just wrap it around my candle just to see what it's going to do. I still think it's going to be very pretty. So I have 2 sheets in the pack. I'm going to dedicate one of the sheets to my candle, and I'm going to use the one that has the large image right in the middle for my candle and cut away all the extra. And then the second sheet has like 4 images on it, which I think will make it almost perfect for they're actually a little bit big for our coasters, but we'll make that work all right. We'll probably cut off part of the jar, but we're going to use the other one, and I think we can get 4 coasters. Be awfully close when it and get 4 coasters out of the other one. So that's what we're going to do. You got the papers now. Let's go to find the coaster set. Just type coaster at the top. It's not a little birding product. And we don't want a live stream class. Oh, wait. Oh, that's live stream. Okay. They're there. MDF coaster set. And I think I usually would paint my backgrounds for my coaster set white, but I think we're going to go ahead and go with this French vanilla color, because once we put our white paper over our gold candle, I think it'll be more reminiscent of this color than it would be the white. Hi, Sharma.
Mary T. and Kim.
Oh, Mary T's here too. Hi, Mary T. And who else?
Kim.
Oh, hi, Kim. Sorry, I was looking at what I was doing instead of watching you guys come in today. Usually I try to see you come in. I was thinking about what I'm doing and how to do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's start with the painting project, I think, because we'll have to do a little bit of waiting for paint to dry, and that'll be a good time to do our Brina. Hi, Brina. Welcome. It'd be a good time to do our candle while we're waiting for some of the rest of this. Okay. So I'm going to try this on one of these little chips first and just see what color this is actually going to turn out to be. Oops, didn't shake it. We are, I'm Debbie from Simply Special Crafts out in Portland, Oregon. And we are here every Saturday. And we're here every Wednesday. For Saturday, we do Crafting Wednesday. We do something called What's New Wednesday, where we show everybody what's brand new in the shop. Yeah, I think that color is going to be terrific. So I'm pleased with that. Let's go ahead and... I didn't see the value in trying to do the whole entire set of coasters in class today, because what you do with one is what you're going to do with all. But I did want to go through the basic construction and things. Let's see. Did you get Sharma's candle done, Glenn? It sounds like it. We all make typing errors when we're chatting, don't we? Might need more than one coat on some of these. I'm looking at them as they dry. See, I'm getting some brown edging on there. So I might need more than one coat. I love working with rice paper, and I think this paper will be very similar. I'm glad we have a chance to work with it, because I had forgotten that it's a little different than our basic. Do we still have candles? We have the gold ones, Sharma. There's a link on the homepage if you want to grab that, honey. Right at the top on the left. Candle specials, third down. Okay. Go ahead and We still have the 3-piece sets for $15. And we still have the 7-piece sets for $25 in the candles. The gold is what we're down to at this point. Oh, you're from UK. Well, welcome. We have lots of people from UK that drop in. In fact, before the morning's over, we'll probably see Catherine from France, and we might see Elsa from Norway. So it's great to have you with us. Our videos are dedicated to all things paper. So we do all kinds of things, from decoupage to scrapbooking to card making to you name it. We have a little something out there for about everybody. I think we have like 819 videos out there now. And we just leave our videos. So once we have that, if people go ahead, and we have a store too, and if people buy our products, we want them to be able to access the directions for how to use them. So we don't, I don't know about you, Brina, but I usually often don't get to using the projects I purchase immediately. They tend to sit around for a while, and then I don't forget how to use them. Then go back to the videos and check things out there. I like these little rubber sponges for this job. Really get a nice paint coat. It's an inexpensive tool. These aren't going to require 2 coats, I think. Probably the side I decoupage on wouldn't have to have 2 sides because paper's going to cover it. But their edges are going to need 2 coats. I was reading here words about getting to see the northern lights last night. That's fun. One of our friends from here in Oregon sent us a Facebook picture of she and her daughter out looking at the northern lights last night from Oregon. I don't know if you can see that from Europe. Can you see that, Brina? It's funny, we almost never can, and then a couple times in a single year this year. Although Bryce and I haven't seen either one of them. We were snoozing away. Margie's very creative. I asked her last night, what do we have to do downstairs, since we were supposed to be on videos because I was supposed to be recovering from surgery. So our calendar called for being on videos for a few weeks here and just replaying prior videos, and that would still allow you guys to come in and chat and visit while the video's going on. And I'm here instead. So last night I asked Margie, what do we got that's going to be easy to do and fun and interesting? And she came upstairs with this. I haven't done this in a long time, so it sounded fun and interesting. Your phone's buzzy, honey. When I paint all over me, that's par for the course. When I paint, I always have paint all over me. I have a box of rubber gloves sitting right here on the table next to me. Do I use them? Nah. I must have played in mud a lot when I was a kid, because I sure find it fun to get dirty. messier it is, the more I like it. These coasters have these darker edges that really absorb the paint. So we'll have to come in and just make sure all these dark brown edges are touched just about to a point where we can start working on our other project. Yes, my surgery was canceled last week, which was not at all fun. They canceled it on Thursday, saying that they wanted a cardiology visit within 12 months. It had been 12 and a half months since I'd seen the cardiologist. And then trying to get in to see the cardiologist, at first, it looked like it was going to be like 2 or 3 months before I could get in. But I went on a waiting list and they called us the first day. So that worked out well. It was a matter of hours instead of weeks to get in to see cardiology. So I got that all clear there. And I told everybody last week, but I'll give you a quick summarization this week, that it was kind of a blessing to me in a way that the surgery was canceled, because I didn't until I would not have known about my other medical news until after I'd had the surgery, which would have delayed my ability to deal with the second medical issue that came up, and that was on Wednesday. I had a mammogram and a ultrasound and all those good things, needle biopsy, and on Friday, after I would have had the surgery, I found out I have breast cancer. I'm not panicking about that because I've now gone to the oncologist and I have learned that the cancer is just stage 1B. So it's very, very early in the process that we caught it. And yes, I'll still have to be treated for it. And there's all the steps we know about that we will need to explore. But right now she wanted me to have, doctor wanted more tests before we decide on the treatment plan. So she sent off some blood tests for a genetic test, and she wanted a genome test on some of the samples they had already taken to determine the best courses of treatment for this cancer. And she wanted me to have an MRI so she could see a more detailed view of how much things had advanced. So we are waiting for the MRI. They told me it could take until December to get that. And when I talked to the hospital and they said it was going to be December, I said, this is not okay, guys. I got cancer treatments pending this. Let's see what else we can do. She said, well, I'm going to share with you my secret. If you're willing to drive a little bit, we can probably get you in a couple of weeks. I said, cool. So I'm going to a little town near us called Newburgh. It's still a Providence clinic, just like the hospital that I go to is. And they're getting me in what ended up being like 10 days. So that'll be next Friday. I'll go do that. I really, truly have been blessed in so many ways, Kim, because, what were the chances that the surgery was canceled? Because once I already had the surgery, then I would have been down and they would have had to wait until I recovered somewhat before they could even start treating the cancer. And as it is, just jumping in and getting stuff going, I'm actually doing fine. I'm doing okay with that as long as things keep moving. It's when they stall out that it gives you too much time to think and worry about stuff. As long as we can keep this process moving, I'm okay with having to have the treatments and stuff. You do what you have to do. So Anyway, long answer to a short question. Much shorter answer than I gave last week, though. um, and I'm doing fine, and Bryce is doing fine, and we're on it. The doctor already told us that based on the stage of the cancer, the prognosis is very, very good. So there you go. That's why I'm here. Not supposed to be here, but I'm here. When we went in to see the oncologist, I said, yeah, I know you'll probably tell me no, but I have to ask. I have to have 2 surgeries. Any chance you guys will do them at the same time? And she said, it depends on what they have to do with the surgery for the breast cancer. If it's just a lumpectomy, she said she could do that with a robot in the room doing the other surgery. But if she was, and that could happen kind of simultaneously, but she wasn't at all comfortable with the idea of doing the breast surgery at the same time as the hysterectomy if the cancer was getting more invasive or they had a bigger procedure to do, because she just didn't want to be under anesthesia that long. So I was surprised she considered it at all, and she said, if I can make it happen, I will. So that was pretty cool. Over the years, I've had lots and lots of biopsies, and I knew I had lots of scar tissue there. So when I first felt something on that side, I thought, because I've lost so much weight recently, still down 64 pounds. Haven't lost any more, but I haven't gained it either, so that's good. But I've lost 64 pounds, and I thought it was just the scar tissue that I was feeling. And so for a while, I didn't worry too much about it. I kept checking it, and over time, it got bigger. And then I said, nope, there's something else. Something else is amiss here. So, yeah. Thank you, Brina. That's very nice. I will take all the love I can get and all the prayers I can get. I believe in them. So, anybody who wants to shoot those my way, hey, please. It's a good thing. I think all those prayers is why these appointments end up being so short to get into them. It should have taken, they said 3 months to get into the cardiologist, and it took 1 day. And it could have taken weeks to get into the oncologist, and they had a cancellation, and I got in 1 day. So it's all going to be okay. I could have painted these in advance, but since I didn't even know what I was doing until last night, and Margie laid the supplies out for me, we're just working right on the fly here. Probably end up having to repaint some of these pieces I keep painting and laying down. Actually looking pretty good. All right. Oops, there's one more I have to do.
Terry?
Can you raise that a little bit, please? Hi, Terry. Thank you. I will take all of those prayers. I really will. I am an active believer in the power of prayer. I will be grateful for that. No doubt some of these will have to have a second coat, but we can work along on them as we go. It doesn't take acrylic paint any time to dry, so that's the good news. These dark edges are the most challenging because they really want to stay dark. And every time I turn it, I'm lifting off the paint with my fingernail or with my fingers. So I think I'll just stop there with that. Did everybody get your Christmas card list? There are still a whole bunch of you that need to confirm. And what I mean by confirm is just tell me that there's no changes. All the ones that are on there in red need to just look at it, make sure all the information is still correct, and text me or email me. We're good to go. And they just still want to be on there, you know. If there's anybody else who would like to add to the list, we are down a few people. I know that we're still over 20 people on the Christmas card exchange, so, you know, that's making at least 20 cards. And I haven't actively solicited for more people, but if you're dying to get in, text me or email me and we'll see what we can do about finding a spot. Last piece to do here. It should have been in your email last night, Terry, or Kim. I know you're on the list, and I checked the list against my distribution list. It says Christmas cards. It's like draft 2024. And I would like to send the final out this week, so if everybody can look for that. And if you double check and it's not out there in spam and it's not out there in your file, Kim, let me know and I'll send you another copy. It's in a PDF. Mary R. volunteered that if anybody needs a copy printed on a printer, that she would be happy to print them and send them to you. So I know you were on it though, because your line and my line is extra wide because we have more people. We have your girls and I have Bryce and Dad on mine. I took Teddy off. I know that probably wasn't nice of me, but it just made the list too long. I took Ted off. He'll still be here rooting for us, but he's not going to be making any cards anyway. Thelma stayed on. I was glad to see that. We love Thelma. We need to see from your work. It makes us happy. There's nothing quite like going to your mailbox and getting like 20 Christmas cards at a time. That is just cool. You can kind of make an event out of sitting down and looking at all of them. So the others of you who already told me your names are in blue, and that means that everything is set and ready to go for you. Just need the people in red to confirm for me that A, you want to be on, and B, that everything is, all the info's the same. Just for the sake of, I've had a couple people write to me and say, so what's the deal with the Christmas card list? And it's something we started doing, about 4 or 5 years ago now, I think. Wasn't it? About 4 years, maybe? Anyway, people were saying they would like to be able to exchange cards, so we made a list of people who are opting in to making a commitment to send cards to everybody else on the list. And then over time, it has grown to a point where people wanted to know, will you guys please give me your birthdays? I'd like to send you a birthday card. And others like Thelma send us things for all kinds of holidays. So it's just really kind of fun, just a way to stay in touch with our crafty friends. And you're not required to send birthday cards or Valentine's cards or any of those. That's completely up to you. But if you want to, you're invited to participate. I told you I'd get all painty. Very painty. I gotta get the paint off my fingers a little bit here, though, so it's not messing up my Mod Podge or my rice papers. I like that. Tell me your happy box. Chabella has one of what on it? Truth Hear It. I don't know what that means. They have their own Christmas card list, or I'm just not sure what that means. That was nice, Glenn. Thank you for sending that to Kim. Sorry it took me so long to get out. Things have been a little crazy here in the last few weeks, but I'm getting stuff done now. Yes, Terry had asked to be on it for the first time this year. So she's in. Okay. Let's see what we want to do next here. I have painted things everywhere. They're all drying, so we'll set those off to the side. I'm not going to make 6 today. I'm just going to make 4. So move some of these pieces around so I've got some working area. I have a total of 5 pieces plus these little ones because you got to put the base together. Little fingernails on a blackboard noise there for you. Love my glass mat. It goes through so much with me. I just love the fact that I can mess it up and wipe it off, though. Yeah, Thelma's busy all year with her projects, and you never know what we're going to get. It's always fun, and it's always special. Okay. Kim wants to stay on. And is all your information correct, Kim? And a little swig of Mio there. Okay. Next, let's take a look at prepping for our candle. So my candle is going to take up pretty much all of that room there. Let's see how this fits on a paper cutter. It'll be an interesting experience to find out. Okay, so send me a text message, honey, that says that Kim is no changes. Anybody else wants to tell me that, that's okay too. And I'll just change them when I go in. Ooh, slices like butter, this paper. Very nice. You're welcome. Let's see. There we go. This is 8 inches tall. So this paper pack had 2 pieces in it, which was really nice to be able to get started with this project. Now, it's 2 inches longer than it has to be. So I have to decide which side I want to trim. I think I'll trim this side of it. Let's see. Where is my ruler? I started working on a new project last night with our dried flowers or pressed flowers and seals. I'm pretty tickled about the way that's working it out. That's going to be nice. Okay. I think I'll let that stay a little bit extra long for now. And I was going to trim a couple of inches off of here. Now, if you want your candle to have perfect symmetry when you put your paper on, you're going to want to build a template to do this. Wrapping. I cut it too much. But one of the things I've always said to you is that what you get here is not only do you get instructions to do something, I mess up often enough that I can show you how to fix things you do wrong too. I didn't mean to cut off quite as much as I did, but see, I'm short at the bottom, but that's okay, because now I have an opportunity to show you how to fix that. No, we don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. These candles, they look like they're pillars, but they're actually just a little bit tapered. And the taper is pronounced enough that you actually will get a fairly wide lap over, unless you want to make a template to make it perfectly the right size. And, I didn't care about that. So I actually have a little overlap in my other one because I trimmed this one. I'm actually going to have a little gap, but then I'm going to fill back in with some of this pretty paper. So it's going to be fine. I'm going to grab my tape here. Ooh. Oh my. That's exciting, Kim. Exciting and terrifying at the same time, I know. But it's exciting to have girls growing up. I feel like we've seen them grow up right in front of us here. Makes us feel like family. I'm using score tape. It comes in a variety of names. But this is the same tape that is sold by Elizabeth Craft. And I'm using score tape to create a double. Get me a narrow roll of this, would you please? There's no sense cutting this off and wasting a big old piece of it. It's expensive tape, but it's good tape. I should have brought two. Didn't think of it. A little bit of sticky around the edges. I'm going to go through it. Just trim off. Just where my tape has overlapped the edge just a little. There's a piece on the side. Yeah, that one. Thank you. I appreciate it. I love the way you guys help each other out so much. Just makes me feel so proud of you all. Okay. And it's still wider than I need, but it'll work. Good job, Kim. Sometimes finding the right dress is all the challenge, isn't it? There's so many of them out there that you just don't want a particularly young lady in. Boy, that was always a challenge for us. Now, Daddy was a little bit more forgiving about that stuff than Mom was, but I wanted to be way more conservative, and Dad was more fun than Mom. I wanted to be more conservative in dress. I wanted to be more conservative in makeup. I wanted to be more conservative in behavior. And Daddy was just more fun. That makes Grandma scream. Moms too, Irene. Fortunately, going in, the girls knew just what would not fly. They knew that they might as well not bring home something that Mom would send them right back with. So they did pretty good. They wouldn't let me shop with them. Shopping with them just would not be okay, evidently. Okay. Oh, I remember the days we wanted to go to the dances, and we started dating, and my dad would hang out by the kitchen light, and we better show up in the driveway well before due time, and he'd stand there at the kitchen light switch, and if we didn't come in fast enough, he'd start flipping the light switch, and if we didn't notice that the light was flipping, we were in dire trouble. I still remember that. Flipping the yard lights. You'd have thought he was never a kid. All the stories I heard after I was grown and out about things he and my mom did. He claims they fell asleep at the drive-in once, both of them. They didn't wake up until well after time to be home. So he knew he was in trouble with my grandmother. And he stopped on the way to her house and picked roses in somebody's yard. So he wasn't so innocent. Oh, see, there's paint on my candle. How did I manage to do that? Okay. This makes me just the slightest bit nervous when I start this process, but I'm going to put this little patch on first. Let's see where I want that to go. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to put the little patch on first, and then I'll match the rest of the candle up to the patch. So I'm putting an extra little piece in, the same piece I cut off, by the way. Go. I'm going to take my paper clear to the top of the chimney with this project. There's my little patch in. Guess what kind of dresses I would wear? I think we're frightened to consider that possibility. Frightened to consider the possibilities. Love you, my friend. I'll put my first little strip down with double stick tape. I'll take off. I'm going to match this up where the clock face is, where I cut it.
It says it's easier to work horizontal around the candle.
You think so? I'm going to work, oops, I'm going to work this way simply because I've got this patch I'm trying to deal with, Glenn. So I want to make sure that I'm matching things up properly. Leather jumpsuit. Well, that patch came out okay. I got away with that all right. Now, one of the problems you will have, just like I'm having, and I should have, if I thought, I would have put the extra at the top, because as you go around, it will tend to slide down on you. See that, what I mean? But I can also wrap the top with an extra little piece. And the nice thing is on these background papers, you never really, they're nice and collagey, so you don't really notice the extra insert pieces very much. Darn it. It says it doesn't bubble. It doesn't say it doesn't stick funny in places. I'm just wrapping around. And I do have one little awkward spot at the top there, which I'm going to fix. That doesn't look bad at all. I still have some little trim pieces here. So I'm going to make a little ring to go around the top here. And it's going to look great. I like you, Irene. Gave my son some strict instructions. There better be some fabric in that dress. The other thing I could maybe do, I'll take a look at it. I could maybe use this piece I'm cutting off the bottom to mend the top. Let's see, I think I like the other piece better, though. I think I like this one better. By the time I'm done here, I will have used the vast majority of this. This trim strip. I only need about a ½ inch. Let's see. I think I'll put the tape on it first and then wrap it around. And I held this up here last time. I got it. Well, it's perfectly matched. That's more than I want to overlap. You guys might have better ways of doing some of this, by the way. I'm just showing you what I do. Could be better ways. But look at the color of that gold candle. It's still coming through beautifully with the sunflowers, isn't it? It's not too dark, which was kind of what my objective was to show you, is that we could still use these golden ones and they'd be beautiful. Yeah. Myself. What I want is this piece right here to match my flowers. So I'm going to cut a little bit off of each side of this so I can get down to the flowers that I want to use and not have my trim strip be too big. Come on, let go. Let go. I have some tape on the bottom of this and I just stuck it to my paper cutter.
How about a ribbon or washi tape?
I could do that too. I absolutely could do that. A ribbon would be great. There we go, though. That looks good. That's what I wanted. See there, my little patch at the top? Point is, you don't see it right. Wow. Katie was 11 and Kelly was 7 when you guys started watching. Feeling a little old here. That's going to look good. I know I sure enjoy having you guys in my life. All of you. The girls, too. This little bit of a taper is kind of a pain in the butt, but we make it work. And I'm actually going to just fold this down inside, make a nice smooth edge outside, and fold this down inside. Okay. Get my finished edge. This is looking good. Okay. Let's get a fresh brush and some Mod Podge out here. This Mod Podge that I'm using, somebody was asking me the other day, they said, I made some coasters with Mod Podge, and they just, if you set a cup on them or something and it's warm, it makes the Mod Podge on there kind of sticky feeling. And that's normal for Mod Podge, and it won't hurt anything. The finish won't actually come off. But there is a solution to that, and that's these blue Mod Podge. This is the one that's dishwasher safe. So it's already water resistant. So I'm using it on the candle just because I'm using it on the coasters as well. But that's the solution to having your coasters ever so slightly sticky is using dishwasher safe Mod Podge. It's the blue bottle. Doesn't cost any more. Just a slightly different formula. And we're going to put Mod Podge over the top of our paper. Just keep everything sealed down. And it'll further disguise our little seams here and there. I know some of you could do this without having any seams. But I love these candles. They make me happy. Like I said, half my job here, because I'm known for making mistakes here and there, is to show you how to fix them so they don't destroy your project. This one certainly isn't destroyed. It's quite beautiful. I love it, actually. Love it. And I'll put a couple coats of Mod Podge on, just so I have a nice finish all the way around. But that's all I have to do with this candle. We'll go back to our coasters. I'm gonna go see Dad today.
We'll see.
Huh?
We'll see.
I could do it today or tomorrow because I don't have class tomorrow.
We were just there on Thursday.
Yeah, we were just there, you know. Oh, this would be a beautiful night light. Good for a fact. Every time I walk into the classroom, I grab my remote and I turn all the candles on. In fact, people are surprised if they walk in and the candles aren't all on the table. It just creates such a wonderful mood lighting. I love it. We're not trying to be romantic or anything in here. We just want it to be beautiful. And it makes me feel good. It makes you feel good. And it's so easy to do. Why not? Just something really peaceful about these kinds of candles. I love regular candles, but I'm afraid of fires. And I won't use regular candles much, especially around paper, for good reason. But I do love these LED candles. Okay, let's take a look at what we have here. Can you come in a little bit on this, honey? Here's our sunflowers in their bottle. Isn't that pretty? I love that. So let's let this. Yes, there are more candle sets, Kim. We had, I didn't see, Bryce sent you some links a minute ago, so if you want to scroll up, you can find the links. But I know there were at least five of the small sets left, and I didn't notice how many of the big sets are in. Oh, see, I painted it and then I laid it down. So I'm going to have to paint it again, but that's okay. Let's see what we have happening here. I'm going to just do some little touch up. Is Catherine here? Is Catherine here? Hi, Catherine. We have one of your neighbors in class today. Kind of a neighbor. Across the channel neighbor. Brina from UK is with us. Catherine's from France, soon to be Scotland. That one's just about ready to use. Yes, exactly, Thelma. Exactly. Cats, kids, husbands. Yes. I've always worried about candles. And, oops, did I grab the right one? No, I grabbed the wrong paint. Left the white paint sitting here and then picked it up and put it on my project. Let's close that up and move it away. Get the right paint here. Yeah, I think Naughty Kitty would. I think Naughty Kitty would do that. Almost certainly. Oh, well, here I go. Getting paint all over myself again. Now, the side I'm going to decoupage onto doesn't need to be quite as finely done because it's not going to show anyway. So one side needs to be well done, the other side needs to be just covered. We have so many beautiful rice papers and stuff downstairs, and we have these little coaster sets. It's just such a fun little gift to give to people, you know, to say, I'm thinking about you. And yet it's still something you made yourself, and you'll feel good about it. We have so many patterns available. We have florals, and we have Christmas, and we have fall season, and we have animals, and we have jungle scenes. Just about everything you can imagine in these rice papers. I just ordered some more beautiful ones. This one's pretty good. When I finish this, even after I Mod Podge, I'll probably come and hit these sides one more time because the sides of this MDF board just kind of slurp up the paint. Don't forget, guys, we also have this week our pen holder decoupage piece. It's from, who's it from? Studio Light, I think, but I'm not positive. It's normally $25 for the pen holder kit. It's $12.50 on the website right now if you want to make pen holders for a crafty friend. Okay. Next, we're going to cut our paper. Thank you for your email, Catherine. You saw it, read it to Bryce. Interesting. Okay, most of it off. Looks pretty good. All right. Keep this open. Set that on a towel. And let's this one I want both sides to be pretty because it's not going to get paper over it. If I want to get an extra set of paper, I could. I could put paper on here, just didn't yet. fun to do different things, isn't it? Yeah. Stuff that is not ordinarily things you do.
Good night to Glenn. He has to go harvest.
Oh, harvest time. That makes money. We like that, Glenn. You go harvest so you can buy lots of craft supplies. And yes, be safe. Wishing you a great harvest. All right. Alrighty, let's get our paper out of here again. And this one, like I said, has 4 images on it. So our coasters are 4 1/4, almost 4 1/4. 4 1/8 would be almost perfect. 4 by 4 1/4. And which means I'm going to probably end up cutting this. It's going to be European A4, I think, which is the size of the paper then would be 8 1/4 by 11 3/4. So I think I'm going to have to cut this to like 4 1/8 to get my 4 pieces. Just fold it along that line instead of, come on. That last one cut perfectly. This time it's going to be dicier. Okay, you've got this. Let's just see how that's going to fit. It's going to be perfect. Look at that. It'll be beautiful. Okay. And these will be the same because they're cut to the same width. Now, my flower jars are a little bit taller than my coaster is. And I'm going to cut right to the top of the flowers. And then I'm going to go 4 1/8 down. My pattern's a little bigger than my space. That's okay. This means I have to choose the part I want to use. That looks good. Aren't these going to be cute? Look at that. That's going to be so cute. Okay, so I'll do the same thing here. I'm going to cut it off at the top of the flowers, because I know it's already bigger. And then I'm going to cut it to be 4 1/8 length. These are going to be so pretty. Fun, fun, fun. Okay. Isn't it pretty, Catherine? It's still a little bit wet and I'm handling it, so I'm going to put another coat on it anyway. Isn't that beautiful? We just made that. We just did. Okay, cut it off at the top of the flowers. Now, with just 2 packs of this rice paper, I could have had enough papers to do all 6 coasters in a coaster set, plus put a piece in my base if I wanted. But I'm just going to make the 4 coasters. And I may end up coming back in and doing it. If I'm going to give this as a gift to somebody, I probably will end up coming back in and putting another one right here, because it'd look pretty to have it in the center.
It would have been easier to put your sticker paper on one sheet and then cut it.
I don't usually use sticker paper on this. I'm going to paint it with Mod Podge, set my paper down, rub it on good, and I do it on the candles because it makes them easier to handle. Everything's on a contour there. But that was a good question. Bryce said, wouldn't it just be easier to put your sticker paper on first and then do your cutting? And nothing says I couldn't have used sticker paper on the back of this. I just, you tend to do what you're used to doing. And what I'm used to doing is just Let's find my most dry one here. That one's good. What I'm used to doing is just Mod Podging it on. It's amazing what I do to my glass tabletop. That is so pretty. Oh my gosh, that's pretty. You were saying washi tape a minute ago. It would be fun if we had like a strip of orange or brown washi tape to put an edge on these. You don't have to. It just would be kind of a fun accent. We don't need it, honey. It's all right. There is some over there, but just a nice light coat down with my image. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. More over the top. And again, we're using the dishwasher safe Mod Podge. So dishwasher safe is as it sounds. If you want to decoupage on a plate or something, it can actually be put into the dishwasher. Wow, that's pretty. That's very pretty. Oops, got a little bit of a ripple there. Don't want ripples. No, no, no. Just said on their packaging it doesn't do that. And guess what it did? It rippled. You don't have to worry too much about tearing rice paper or even this paper from Two Little Birds. But we do want to smooth any ripples that try to come into our paper. One done. What I think I might do, since I know I'll probably go back and do the other two anyway, which means going and getting another pack of paper out, I might go ahead and put one on here because it's just so pretty. But then I also have my flowers to decorate it, so not sure. Okay. I'm going to glue my edges onto my base. I'll have to come back in and trim up my paint just a little. That's okay. Swells just a little, so it will want to resist you pushing it into the little hole there, but it'll go. Just using my Cosmic Shimmer glue. Pretty much the best glue for almost every job. Although some of you will be happy to know that I just ordered Barely glue. You've asked for it for ages, and I actually signed up for it. They told me I was on a waiting list, and then they never contacted me again. But one of my distributors got it, so I just ordered some Barely glue because I know that that has been something of interest to you guys. Yes, these are going to have to be touched up because see those brown edges? It just soaks up the paint around the edges. Just soaks it up. Thank you for asking everybody to thumbs up, Thelma. I appreciate it.
Can you paint over the Mod Podge?
Can you paint over Mod Podge? Yeah, you
I
could.
wonder if Mod Podge would seal those edges so that
Oh,
you could have
maybe.
painted over them.
Might. Haven't tried that. I just always thought paint and Mod Podge, but you probably could. It doesn't help that when I kept handling them, while I was painting them, I would rub the paint off the sides too. So now that it's on the base, I can get at it a little better. Maybe not wipe it all off. I think you can't see it under the logo there, but yes, I did just put paint right down on my glass mat. No reason why you can't do it. It'll clean right off. A lot better coat on this time. But we'll see if it sucks it up again. If it does, we might try what Bryce just suggested, which was putting if it sucks all the paint in again, put it in a coat of Mod Podge on and then trying to paint over it to see if it will seal it enough to stop taking all the paint in. So we'll watch it and see what we need to do there. That's a good idea, honey. He's full of clever ideas. Have you guys noticed that? Okay, that looks good. We're going to go back to doing our squares. Here's our square we did before. Isn't that pretty? Oh, and we were able to get all the little ripples out of it. It's looking good.
I want to know if you're doing anything nice this afternoon.
We were just talking about whether we're going to go see Dad today or tomorrow. We were just there yesterday, so no, Thursday. We were just there Thursday, so we were trying to decide if there's something else we should do today. I don't know what we got on the agenda.
Earrings, this will make a lovely gift for any occasion.
So my Mod Podge in this case is both my glue and my sealer. Although if this paper does have a tendency to ripple like we saw in the first one, the idea of using the double stick tape might not be a bad one, because that would help to hold it firm. Usually I don't have to do that, but it might be one of those circumstances where it's well advised. I'll rub this down really good this time to make sure that nothing underneath is causing those ripples. Yeah, isn't it kind of fun, the idea of combining a candle with the coasters? I thought that was fun. That was Margie's idea. Very nice idea. Margie's full of great ideas. Put our first coat of sealer on. These little sunflowers are so pretty. And I'm really pleased with the price of this paper compared to regular rice paper. You get 2 sheets for the price, basically for the price of 1 rice paper. So that's nice. My paper was just ever so slightly larger than the surface there, so I'm kind of folding it over the edge a little bit. These are great. We're doing great for time. Oops. That's okay. What do you guys have going on your days? What kind of nice ideas can you give us? I probably can't go harvest like Glenn, but what are you guys doing today? You doing anything fun? One of the things I love to do is go to the arcade. And I've had some stressful moments lately for all the reasons we've talked about, especially before I saw the oncology people. I had some stressful moments, and I said, Bryce, take me to the arcade. I have to go play games. Yes, in case you ever wondered, is she really just a big kid? Yeah. Absolutely. So that's always a fun activity. What are you guys going to do, though? I think I may have gotten the Mod Podge a little heavy on the first one, and that may have caused some of the ripples too, because I just don't seem to be seeing that with the additional tiles I'm doing. Now, before I put that fourth one on, I'll bring back in this. Yeah, that's a lot better. This last coat is staying on there, and it's not rubbing off quite as bad because I'm not handling the edges as much. I wanted to try and see what would happen if we got out some of these little birdie flowers, which we'll link for you to. Hint, 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 hint. Let me get the sunflowers.
Where's flowers?
Oh.
Back in that folder.
Yeah, they have their own paper. I put it. Try typing in sunflower and take it down from there. These pretty handmade flowers by Little Bird exactly match the flowers in our rice paper, or whatever we call this paper. Whatever it was called. I have a number, too. Oh, you found it already. Bryce is bringing me up the number of the sunflowers. I'm going to go chase pesky moles. That does not sound like a good time, Catherine. It really doesn't sound like great fun. Sounds like something that must be done, but it doesn't sound like fun. I am going to put that on there. I think that's cute. Oops. What do you guys think? I do have a smaller flower, too, if you think a smaller flower is called for instead. These don't have little leaves with them. They're little bouquets. They're a little scruffier. It's just the nature of the flowers. Oh, you sneak up on them in the dark, huh? Okay. So it calls for stealth. Well, our Olympic shoe model sounds like the person for the job. I do my hair. I'm putting away the patio furniture mess. I've been thinking I need to maybe go get my hair cut, but think I'm going to wait until I know what the treatment plan looks like. I know, Bryce over there rolling his eyes at me again, guys. And he said, you say this stuff all the time. When do you do it? Oh, I don't know. Once in a while. Once a year, whether I need it or not. I don't think I like the 2. Could go smaller with these, though, if I wanted to.
If you were to cut the bottom leaves off and set it down.
Do what now? There aren't any leaves on the bottom.
On the big one? Not leaves, petals, just cut the bottom off so that it sets down on there a little more.
You want it? Okay. I could, but
Just,
do I need to? I don't think I need to cut it off. Catherine's going to be out there in her camouflage welling willies. You like that? You like that? Or would you guys like to see me just put an image in the middle of this one and call it good without the flowers? I kind of like the concept of putting in the flowers, but seems like one's big and the other one's small. What do you guys think? Put the flowers on or not? Bryce is saying not. Anybody else have an opinion on that? Do we want to put these flowers on the sides? Maybe it would help to see what it would look like with the coasters in them. I need some votes. Flowers or no flowers? That is the question. I'm going to give you guys a minute to. Sharma says no. Catherine says she likes the leaves. Anybody else want to? Irene likes the leaves and the flowers together. You like the big flowers or the little flowers if you like the flowers? Not that one. They are about the same size as the ones on the coaster, which is kind of charming. I could put them on just one side or I could put them on 2. I can't put them on all 4 because we don't have that many flowers here. I could get more flowers. I like the leaves and also the flowers. Anybody else got input on this? The other thing we could do is I could decoupage this into the center of our holder. It still says there's no reason why I still couldn't put the flowers if I wanted to. So, got a couple decisions to make here. Flowers or no flowers? And do you want a decoupage image in the middle of our holder or not? Those are our questions. Irene says the big flowers. There's a bunch of you watching and aren't giving opinions. Come on. Kick loose and let me know what you think would be best. All right. What do I want to do next? Next, I could go through and touch up some of my paint. I think I will do that. And I've already put the flowers on. I can go around the edges of these brown coasters and not going to handle them on those edges for a while. I really am liking the way these look. One big flower on one side. I like that. Catherine, is that, oh, this flower in the center would be lovely. Okay. Sharma, she likes that. Okay, I think I got some guidance here. Thank you, guys. Darned if that first one didn't ripple a little again. It's okay, but I think maybe I had too much on my base. Let's put that on there. Yeah, I do like that too. I agree. Let's put some Mod Podge down in there. So, word of caution with this paper, in that very first coaster that we did, it still, as it dried, still rippled a little, which it doesn't usually do. So I'm going to say we're going to want a very thin coat of our Mod Podge that we're decoupaging with, that we're gluing it down with. That's probably the better way to say it. A thin coat where we're gluing it on. I think that's going to be the secret to having it not do that. I do love that in the center. So thin coats instead of thick coats. Sonny, they specifically say it doesn't ripple, because we've experienced a little rippling. Before I'm done here, and you won't have to watch me do this, I will go through and I will decoupage, just put a nice coat of final coat of Mod Podge on everything. Tops, bottoms, sides. Nice coat of Mod Podge everywhere, just to get that final finished look. Okay. So I still may put the flower on just one side like we talked about. I think I'll put it on the bottom. That would be the bottom of the jar. Probably put a leaf out on either side. Like that. Obviously, you could put on the flowers or not put on the flowers, whatever makes your heart sing. And boy, guys, we are really close to done here. I don't want to glue my flowers on until I have my final coat of Mod Podge on everything. It's a neat project, though, isn't it? I think it's fun. Something different to do with our Saturday. Grab that pen holder for me again, honey, would you please? Maybe you could just bring it over here and hold it in front of me so they can see again what the decoupage project is that we have on sale this week. Just bring it, I got messy hands, you can just hold it up in front of the camera if you would. This is the decoupage project that's half off this week. This is that pen holder. Just like the coasters, it comes in separate pieces, so you paint the pieces separately, pop them all together. You can even do most of the decoupage work before you pop it together if you want to, and it's fun and easy, and it turns out beautiful. Show them the ends too. Isn't that pretty? Looks beautiful in my Hortensia office. Okay. All right. So let's see what we need to do here. I think you guys already know now where we are and where we're going. We're gonna. You know what, Sharma? It's okay. I love your feedback, and I also love your creativity. Your cards are stunning, always. And so I love feedback. And you don't ever have to apologize for giving feedback. I love that you do that. It is welcome. Welcome, welcome. So let's take a look at what this thing will kind of look like. I'm going to stack it up even though not everything's completely dry yet. I'm going to stack it up so you can see where it's going to go. I don't think I have any paint that's going to come off on our stuff. Okay, so we've got our stand, which is really quite pretty. There's our stand. We'll put our coasters in it. I'll take these right back out since they're still tacky, but I just want to show you what our project looks like finished. And I'm going to grab another pack of paper downstairs and do the other 3 coasters as well. But here's our coaster stand. And here's our candle. And that's our projects for today. You guys like those? Is it fun? Fun and interesting. I have a little finish up work to do on these just because I want to make sure my paint is all really good and that I put decoupage on every surface, but very fun, very fun. So if you haven't already hit like, please hit like. It makes me feel good, and it tells YouTube that they should recommend our channel to other crafty friends. We can never have too many crafty friends. And if you, when we sign off here today, I sure would love it if you'd hit that refresh button and tell me what you think of today's projects. Is this a project that you like? Is this a project you can see yourself doing? This would be, I'm going to try between now and Christmas and give you a few gift ideas. So that is the case there. And if you're not already a subscriber to our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss anything. And in fact, if you hit the bell, they'll actually even remind you of when we have episodes coming up, so you never miss one. So I think we're going to call it right there for today, since like I said, everything I'm going to do from here on is just polishing up what we've already done. But oh, good, Sharma. Excellent. So in our comment section, talk to me about what you think of the projects or anything else you want to talk about. I read all the comments and answer them. And yeah, we'll be back on Wednesday for What's New Wednesday. That's at 4 p.m. Pacific time and 7 p.m. Eastern, or whatever time that is in your time zone. And we'll be looking for some more fun. And we'll have brand new products, and we'll have another featured product to talk about. So, love you guys. Thank you for being here and hanging out with me on our Saturday morning. And for now, I'm going to say good night, Gracie.